Wargaming have given me an exclusive sneak peek of some updates on their roadmap for update 090, planned for early next year, and I've got permission to share some limited details with you. Hello, I'm Stats, and welcome to a very special edition of Foghorn. Can you believe it's already April? This year has flown by, and it's time to start looking ahead to what Wargaming may have planned for the game next year. Foghorn has been given an exclusive insider sneak peek to a few things in Wargaming's internal testing cycle, which are currently planned for public testing at some point in the lead up to 090, which will probably arrive in the new year. I'm not allowed to share much, but I'll tell you what I can about these 4 new features. The introduction of the torpedo reload booster and recently the main battery reload booster has paved the way for other boost type consumables, and Wargaming are currently testing a more realistic version of the instant 180-degree turn mechanic we saw in the Halloween event last year. The rudder shift booster consumable will cut your rudder shift time by 50% and increase your turn rate to 125% for a duration of 30 seconds. These figures are of course a work in progress and are subject to change. One interesting addition to this consumable is that there's a small chance when you make a turn using it that the stress will break your rudder. So it'll probably be a good idea to select the relevant preventative upgrades and captain skills to mitigate the risk. Many players feel that the in-game reporting system is a little bit of a soft touch when it comes to reporting poor behaviour and poor play. This hasn't gone unnoticed, and Ouija are looking into a mechanic similar to that found in other games where players can start a vote to take action against specific players in a democratic fashion. Other players in the match can then support or reject this vote within a 30-second window. If the vote is supported by a majority of 6 or more, the elected player's ship immediately detonates and they're made pink for 5 matches. I've seen an early mock-up of the interface which looks similar to the quick command rows, but I'm afraid it's under NDA so I can't show it to you. This mechanic is obviously disadvantageous for the team who lost the player, and Wargaming are working on a compensation mechanic to keep the match fair. I haven't seen any detail of that at all, but I'm guessing it will involve an increase to the disadvantaged team's ship health or slightly decreased reload times. You, the community, asked for more power to take action against poor players, and it looks like you're going to get your wish. I'll share more when I can. The next one is purely a bit of fun, and it doesn't affect gameplay at all. You may have noticed there are a dozen or so different horn sounds in the game, and you may have wondered if that would ever be improved upon. Well, Ouija are potentially going to add their first piece of premium DLC to the game. An add-on called Horn Factory will be available for purchase in the premium shop and in-game for coal, and it will allow you to create up to 3 custom horn sounds which you can map to different keys. The horn duration is only up to 2 seconds, but this is so that the resulting small file can be transferred easily to other players upon match loading without slowing down the game. The result is that you can record your own sounds and messages and use them during a match. The end-user license agreement around communication between players will apply, and all recordings will be approved by Wargaming within 24 hours before you can use them. So you won't be able to be too offensive, but you certainly will be able to have some fun. I tried it out a little.
No, after you, I insist. What are you doing? Get back more!
I've saved the best till last. We've just had a way to the change that flooding works, and honestly, it's not changed very much despite all the drama around the community ahead of the change. Well, there's another potential enhancement coming to both fire and flood mechanics. Wargaming have acquired a small Czech Republic startup and will be integrating their 48Hz voice track technology into the game to allow players to use voice controls. For players like me who struggle sometimes to find the right key, this should be a welcome change. The plan is initially to implement voice track to control the damage control party consumable, which itself will be able to separately deal with fires and floods instead of being one consumable to fix everything. To use voice track to extinguish a fire, you simply blow on your mic, and to stop flooding, you simply have to make slurping noises. I can't show you any footage from the test server I was given access to, but I was allowed to share this footage of me testing the new mechanic without any game detail in shot. no. Those players without microphones will still of course be able to use the keys to activate the new Damage Control Party consumable. I'll share more on this when it hits the public servers later this year. Well, that's it from this April Fool's edition of Foghorn. I hope I fooled you with at least one of those, which are of course all completely fake. I hope. If this made you laugh, please do share it with your friends and clanmates and consider subscribing for more. Thanks for watching, take care of each other, and I'll speak to you with some real news very soon.